Hey, Busy Moms. Welcome to Busy Moms Yoga. I'm Megan. I've got a great full body stretch for you lined up here. I've been really into full body stretches. I've been trying it at least twice a week just to give myself a break from the intensity. And really, my body has been so thankful. I feel good physically, but also just a little bit of emotional and mental clarity. And I just feel like I'm really giving back to my body. So I encourage you to take this or something similar even just once a week, really just makes you feel good. So when you're ready, grab yourself a mat, maybe some blocks just for some deeper stretches, not necessary, but always helpful. And when you're ready, we're going to get started in a child's pose. I'm going to start with a block propped under my forehead, totally optional. Bring the knees to the outer edges, big toes touch, sink the hips back best you can. We are just starting out here today. And slowly let your forehead come down, block or no block, your choice. Reach the arms out nice and long in front of you. And just take a moment here to breathe, stretching while we connect. And just releasing and finding really any areas of tension. And maybe just focusing on letting those go. Nice big breaths in. And exhale. And try to spend about 20 or 30 seconds in each stretch here today. And of course, if you want to stay somewhere longer, do that. Listen to your body, do what you need. Keep your legs where they are. Slowly come up. I'm going to move the block out of the way. We're going to take it to a little spinal stretch here. So kind of walking my hands back. I'm going to lift my hips up just a bit, opening up to one side. So I'm reaching my right arm up towards the sky. And then exhale, thread the needle, reaching through, kind of an active stretch here. We're not going to stay down for long. Inhale, lift. Exhale, thread it through. One more time. Inhale and exhale. Switching sides. I'm opening up to the left side now. Low. And exhale, thread the needle. Inhale, lift. And exhale. And you may find that on each opening, maybe you could reach up a little bit higher. Exhale, let it go. And return back to that child's pose. All right, from here, we're going to take it to a downward dog. So stretch your fingertips out nice and wide. And if you're not quite ready for the heels to come down yet, that's okay. Maybe just take some movement, wiggle back and forth with the hips, bend the knees. Really focus on pushing down with your thumb as well as the pads of your fingertips. Take some of that pressure off of your wrists. But any movement that you need here, always encouraged. Start to shift forward into a plank pose just for an exhale. And then inhale, pike the hips back up. 2 more times just like that. Exhale, plank. Inhale, lift. One more time, plank. Inhale, lift. And this time we're going to come all the way down, drop the knees, and take it to a Sphinx pose. So spreading the fingertips nice and wide, shoulders above the elbows. And just looking forward, bring your toes together as if you could reach your toes towards the back of the room and send your heart forward towards the front, shoulders away from the ears. And just feel some back engagement here. Maybe stay right here. If you want a little bit more, slide the hands under the shoulders and maybe lift up for a cobra. Heart comes forward, regardless of which pose you're in. And nice and slow, release it down. I'm going to take it to a lizard pose from here. However you want to get there. I'm going to start with my right foot coming forward. So focusing on alignment here, my right knee is over my right ankle. And then I have both hands inside, kind of pressing my right knee against my right tricep. And I have a nice deep stretch in my left hip flexor as well as my right hip. And just stay here and breathe. Keep that back knee down. We're focusing on the stretch here today. Let it feel good. Just really opening up that hip a bit. For all the runners or the cyclists, sometimes the hips get so tight. I know mine do. So stretches like this just feel so good. And if it feels okay, I'm going to open up my right hip a bit more, kind of turning to the knife edge of my right foot, lifting my foot up off the mat, or the sole of my foot up off the mat, and just kind of pushing on my knee a bit to open that hip a little bit more. Only if it feels okay. And then return back to where we were. We're going to switch out the legs here. Left foot comes up towards the top, scooch that right knee back. Same deal, keeping the right knee down, left ankle under the left knee. Left knee is connected to my left tricep. And just opening up that hip, feeling that stretch in the hip flexor on the right side. And breathe. See if there's any tension you're holding on to anywhere, your jaw, your forehead, and just let it go. So today is all about releasing the tension. And same deal here. If you want to turn to that pinky side of your left foot, kind of open the chest towards the left side. Use that left hand to open the hip a bit more if it feels okay. Feels really good for me. Could stay here for a while, but I won't. Don't worry. Can always come back to it. All right. Bring that foot back around. We're going to take it to the half split. This is where the blocks could possibly come in handy. So stepping forward with that right foot again, almost as if we're in that same posture as we were for the lizard, with a nice angle here for the hip flexor. Only this time, we're going to send the hips back and point those right toes up towards the sky. I'm going to actually not use my blocks, but if you wanted to prop a block on either side of your foot, go for it. And point those toes up towards the sky. If there's a soft bend in your right leg, that's totally fine. But there should be no question about where the stretch is here. Nice deep stretch in the hamstrings, back of your calf, depending on how flexed your foot is. Again, my runners, my cyclists, honestly, even yogis. Sometimes after a good yoga flow, especially with a lot of warrior postures, my hamstrings are so tight. And what do people say to stretch out your legs? Oh, do yoga. I'm like, well, what if the yoga's causing my legs to get a little tight? Telling you, some of these postures are really challenging. Bend that knee to come out of it. Swing that right leg around. Take it to the other side. And again, nice deep bend in that back leg. And then send the hips back, pointing the left toes up towards the sky this time. Again, soft bend, totally fine. Blocks on either side, totally fine. They just help bring the ground a little bit closer. Sometimes I can even deepen the stretch a bit, so no shame in that game. Nice and slow we come out of this. All right, we're going to take it to the knees, either hero's pose, so you're sitting back on your heels if that feels okay. You can also prop a block underneath your seat if that helps a little bit to take some of the pressure off, or if that's totally unavailable, maybe put a blanket under your knees and just come up nice and tall. Okay, either way, we're going to take it to a side stretch. So I'm going to sink back wherever you are, totally fine. Keep the shoulders away from the ears. Whichever arm you have up, see if you can sort of open your chest towards that side just a bit, turning open towards the ceiling, and breathe. Find that space between the ribs. And as the seconds pass, you might find that you can Reach a little bit further and create a little more space. And one more big inhale and exhale. Switch sides. Bring that other hand to the hip. Reaching over top. Same rules apply. If you need to come up onto your knees or prop a block under your hips, you can always prop a blanket underneath. Turning open towards the ceiling. And with each breath, maybe stretching a little bit further, a little more space between each of the ribs. And slowly we release. Take it to a butterfly. It's coming down onto your seat. Bring the soles of the feet together, sitting up tall to start, maybe using your elbows to push down on the knees a bit. And then however works for you, start to hinge forward. And maybe you can fold all the way down. I'm focusing on keeping my elbows pinned against my knees right now. So you may not be able to reach down as far, but you can play around with it a little bit. Maybe make a little basket for your toes with your hands. And if you release the elbows, you might be able to get a little bit lower. And slowly rise up. All right, keeping your legs where they are, let's take it to a bit of a shoulder stretch here. And if it's uncomfortable, you can always unravel your legs, put them out in front of you in a staff pose, or even just have your feet on the floor and your knees bent. And reaching across, feeling that right shoulder blade kind of pull towards the right side. Same arm, bring that hand overhead, using your left hand on that elbow. And I like to kind of use my head to push against my elbow. That kind of deepens the stretch a little bit as well. Feel that good tricep stretch. And release that down, switching sides, starting with the shoulder. And reaching back with the left hand. Your hand right down in between your shoulder blades there. Like I said, using my head sort of deepen the stretch a bit. And if you do any upper body lifting, this should feel good. And release the arms, give the arms a little roll, a little shake. Let's take it down to our backs just before we close out with a little figure four and a spinal twist. So crossing the right ankle over the left knee. Option to stay right here in this supine figure four. If you want to deepen it, pull the left foot up off the mat, interlace your fingers behind your hamstrings, flex the right foot, and breathe. Nice and slowly release that left leg down. Bring the right knee into your chest. Maybe roll the ankle out a little bit here just for a moment. And we'll take it to a spinal twist. So crossing the right knee over to the left side, teeing out your arms, or maybe keep that left hand on the right knee. And if it feels okay, maybe glancing towards the right side. Try to keep your shoulders connected to your mat. Wringing out the spine, one of my favorite postures to close out any yoga practice, really any workout with, even after a run or something. Feels good. And rolling onto your back, bring both knees into your chest. We'll take it to the other side. If you want to hang out in these are our final postures. So if you want to hang out in these a little bit longer, just to deepen the stretch, by all means, go for it. Otherwise, cross that left foot over the right ankle or over the right knee. Option to stay there or lift that right foot up off the floor. Flex the feet. Feel your spine underneath you. And try to relax everything else, soaking in all the goodness of this practice, hopefully feeling a little lighter, a little looser. And let that right leg go. Take some ankle rolls here on the left side. And cross that left knee over to the right for that spinal twist. Ugh, I'm going to readjust myself on my mat here. Arms can come out to a T. Maybe glance over that left shoulder. And just let everything melt. Melt away, melt into your mat. And I'm rolling back onto your back one more time. Give yourself a little roll out here. Maybe take it to a happy baby as a final stretch, sending the feet up towards the sky, keeping the whole length of your spine connected to the mat. And maybe stretching from one side to the other if that feels okay, or just hold it in stillness. Any other stretches that you need or want to take again or hold a little bit longer, go for it. Bring the knees into your chest, give yourself a little squeeze. Option to take a nice little Shavasana right now. And if not, just rock and roll your way back up to seated with me. Thank you so much for joining me. Really, you should be grateful to yourself for showing up for yourself here, showing that you care about your body and recovery and taking something that you need. I really hope that you feel really good after this practice. I hope that you keep coming back to this one. And I'll see you guys again real soon. If you haven't subscribed to my channel, please do so. Follow me on Instagram at Busy Moms Yoga. And I'll see you guys real soon. Bye.